episode 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. I'm sure you are, because you've got 2 episodes in a row. Yeah. Now guys, just bear with me. I haven't watched any of the F1 announcements made today. I've held myself back the whole day to show my enthusiasm for this video as much as possible. So you guys need to hit the like down below, because I have kept myself off Instagram, off Twitter, off the F1 website, off all this stuff, so I can make these videos properly. Okay, guys, who's going to replace Vettel at Ferrari? Here are my top 5 picks of who is going to replace Sebastian Vettel and take his seat at Ferrari. Okie dokie, you guys are not going to expect a few of these, but these are all people who've got a chance. But all the people who do have a chance, I've put in my favorite order of who I would like to see take Vettel's place. Guys, jumping into number 5, who do you guys think it is? Oh yeah, it is Checo himself, Sergio Perez, the Mexican guys who I always feel deserved a better car than he has gotten all these years. I know he had his seat back at McLaren quite a while ago, and he didn't do as well as they thought he would. But guys, he was still so young. And if you guys tell me that Checo hasn't proven himself the past 8 years, driving for Force India and Racing Point and all these teams, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you. Sergio deserves a better car. He has the capabilities to become a world champion. I just think his current contract at Racing Point, which he signed last year, I think he's with them till the end of 2023 or 2024, something crazy like that. Yeah, I don't think Ferrari is going to be able to buy him out of it, but Checo is definitely one of the candidates that can take Vettel's seat. Jumping straight into number 4, guys, and this one is one that has been suspected, but the chances are not large. Valtteri Bottas. Now hear me out. I feel Bottas deserves a team that will support him 100% to go for a championship. Unlike Mercedes, who always put their trust in Hamilton first. They are never 100% behind Bottas. They always back Hamilton, and that is wrong. I feel that Valtteri needs to get into another team that is capable of fighting for a Formula 1 World Championship, and they need to get behind this man 110%. He's got what it takes, he just hasn't got the team behind him that he needs. I mean, looking back at his Williams days, when Williams had pace, Massa struggled to stay with him. Sometimes he completely made Massa's name Heine. And that is with all due respect to Felipe Massa. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But he deserves it. And I feel he is a good candidate to go and take Vettel's seat. Heading into number 3, guys, this is the person that probably everybody wants the most to take Vettel's seat, and that is Mr. Daniel Ricciardo. I wanted to say Daniel Ricciardo, but that would have sounded stupid. Mr. Daniel Ricciardo, the Aussie himself. Guys, Daniel is going down the same road that my role model, Fernando Alonso, went. He is starting to make the wrong decisions when it comes to the teams he chooses. In my opinion, before some of you shout at me in the comments, Danny Rick is a future Formula 1 World Champion if he can get the right car. And Renault, unfortunately, are not smoking the pipe that Ricciardo once smoked. And I feel Ricciardo deserves Vettel's seat, but he is not my number 1 pick. He is an absolutely exceptional driver with limitless talent behind the steering wheel of a Formula 1 car, behind the steering wheel of any car, for that fact of the matter. And I really think he deserves a better seat than Renault. Once again, with all due respect to Renault, they are just not where Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull are. And Ricciardo deserves a better seat. He is an awesome guy with an awesome personality, and he deserves more than what Renault can give him at this stage. He's a multi-time Grand Prix winner with, like I already said, unlimited talent. He deserves a better seat. That's all there is to say about it. But guys, jumping into number 2, probably the guy on the current F1 grid which I want the most to get Vettel's seat, it is Mr. Carlos Sainz Jr. Now guys, Carlos is probably the most unused talent in Formula 1 at this very moment. This guy knows how to get pace out of a Formula 1 car like somebody I've never seen before. And you guys can see I like my Spanish guys. But Carlos really, he drove the living daylights out of this McLaren in 2019. And he deserves a big team seat. Whether it's Mercedes, whether it's Ferrari, whether it's Red Bull, I don't care. But I would love to see Carlos Sainz Jr. at Scuderia Ferrari. And on the current F1 grid, in my opinion, there is nobody that deserves that seat more and that is capable of doing more with that seat than anybody else than Carlos Sainz. God, just hear me out. I know everybody's going to be like, no, Ricciardo. Hear me out. Sainz did with this McLaren last year that nobody has been able to do, not even my role model, Alonso, since McLaren went downhill ever since about 2012. Carlos can do this. He can do this. And I feel he is a future multi-time Formula 1 world champion. Guys, finally, this is just because I would want to see him back in a F1 car. You guys knew this was coming. My number one pick to take Vettel's seat and who deserves his third world championship is my hero. He doesn't even need his name on the screen. Fernando Alonso. Guys, I know all of you guys are going to say, but Alonso was nearly 40 years old and this and that and this and that. And he was such an absolute hiney back at McLaren when they had the Honda engines. Bloody fish paste. If you think that about Alonso, we can no longer be friends. Put that in the bin. Guys, Alonso didn't make the best choices when it came to his career moves in F1. But guys, people still say when he's out of F1 that he is the best driver in the world. And I completely agree with them. Fernando Alonso deserves a third world championship and he deserves a Formula 1 seat. And where better than Ferrari? Guys, in 2010 and 2012, where the Ferrari was an absolute... I nearly said something really bad, but it was probably a midfield car. Alonso drove the living hell out of those cars and he rivaled Vettel for the championship when Vettel was back at Red Bull. Alonso deserves a Ferrari seat and he deserves a third world championship and I think Ferrari can give it to him. We need Vettel and Leclerc, Alonso and Leclerc partnering each other in Ferrari. I think that'll be an unstoppable team that not even Hamilton, with I don't care who you put in the seat next to him, Alonso and Leclerc will not be able to be beaten. And I know that's a big stretch, but Alonso needs to get back in an F1 car, guys. He has to. I need him back in Formula 1. But guys, that has been this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Drop in the comments down below who you think deserves Vettel's seat. Tell me how you would have ranked this top 5. And guys, please, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe down below. Don't forget to ding the bell to never miss a future episode. And I'll see y'all next time. Let's go chat in the comments down below. You guys are awesome. Who is going to take Sebastian Vettel's seat? We will find out pretty soon. Cheers!